G'day gamers, this is Strange Dragon Games and I'm Jane. So, I'm going to do a quick video showing 3 different ways to bubble. So this is for Sophie on my Facebook group. She's been having trouble for a little while, wondering what to do with odd eggs. She doesn't know what to do with them, they won't. So she wants some thing about deleting them. Please, Sophie, do not delete them. By the way, hello Sophie, this is for you. So I thought, easier than trying to explain in words to you on Facebook, I'll just do a video. Why not? So here's how it goes. So the first way of bubbling would be single items, random items all around your camp, like this. The out and in method, I call it for myself. So you pretend to do a merge like I'm doing with these beehives here, because I want to collect one of these level 7s. I don't need 4 of them, I'll just need 3. And then when I get 2 more, I'll merge up to the next level. So out of camp, back in again. So it's going to take a little while loading back up. Meanwhile, we'll wait. So that's how you can bubble a single item that's got a white ring around it. Okay, it's got a black ring, no good. So here we go. So I've got these dragons all loaded up with things in their little hands for a reason. I'll show you soon. There you go, that's the one I just bubbled. So that's one method. Second method I'll show you, and what I want to bubble here I'll show is, well, it's not a single item egg, it's 2 eggs I don't particularly need on my camp at the moment. I've got some more up here. I did this the other day with the Marcus V method. I've got about 100 eggs in this little pile down here, as you can see, so I'm going to put 2 more down there. I've got to sort that out one day. Here's how you do it. Again, a pretend merge. Now what's going to happen is Dragon's going to fill up 2 of those spaces, leave 2 empty spaces. Somewhere around in camp there should be 2 empty spaces. Well, they've just filled that up. Right, they filled it up a little bit more. Must be a spare space somewhere else. Done. I'll come down here and push from the right hand side. You've got to go from the right hand side, Sophie, and push against those citrus eggs like I'm doing there, and you watch, see? And that's how you do the Marcus V method. You'll need the big apples, and you don't have to go out of camp, stay in camp, just like that. And you can do that with any items. You can do that with nests, anything you like, any single item, no problem. Okay, so you can go around all those odd eggs that you have, no need to delete them, just do that. Put them aside. I choose over here. I will sort out this big mess I've got going on here one day, and I'll line them all up. I did used to have them all lined up a bit like what I've got up. Oopsie. There we go. A bit like I've got some of these things up here, but I've just been sorting out camp lately, and that's a mess out of there. There we go, 2 more. Sort that out later. So, as for another way to push things into a bubble, Sophie, it's like this. And this is for other gamers too, of course, not just Sophie. But Sophie asked a question, and I thought, here we go. You just like this, you just push. Because what's happening here, this here is taking up 4 spaces. This egg's only taking up 1. Now, if I move this egg, all the time there's going to be this vacant space somewhere around on the map. So what you do is just push it against a larger item, something taking up 2 or 4 squares. Look at that. Too easy. Now this item up here is a lot bigger. I don't really need 2 stone hinges. Because I'm only leaving 3 little spaces down there, the stone hinges take up a lot more than that, 9. Just push it. There you go. Go on. Simple. See how that works? Sophie? Sorry, I shouldn't call you Soph. Don't know you yet. So here's another thing you need to have a look at. When you go out of camp, have a look into your settings. That little wheel down there on the bottom, just next to your little camp house. Come down here, have a look at merge preferences. Now the first one will tell you to have on. This is how I leave it set. So you can follow the same if you like. First one's telling you that if you leave this turned on, then you initiate a merge in camp by dropping an item onto another. Now we always do that, create the merge. Of course, in an event, if you leave 3 items the same next to each other, they'll just automatically merge, see? Now if you have this on, it doesn't automatically merge. It means that you have to create the merge. Now if you have this one underneath the chain reaction, so if you have this turned off, there'll be no chain reaction merges in camp where you get one thing after another just merge. They just automatically start merging. So you need to keep things separate. So leave settings like this. Now that it's not. Don't worry about this for the moment. This is preferred dragon 5 merge, right? So only in your book back in camp it will tell you that have 5 merges. Now if you turn that off, it will tell you about all your 3 merges as well, which you don't want to do. You don't want to do 3 merges, right? So leave it on. It'll only tell you about 5 merges. Now this means you can't get your eggs to merge in camp if they're only... Oh, come on. Go away. I'll go back in camp now. This will take a while. So I'll show you how you can't make 3 merges happen on the camp itself because of having that on. So I could only do 5 merges with eggs. So if you need to do a single item like I was showing you before, bubbling, going out of camp, you'll have to turn that off so you can single bubble your eggs. But I wouldn't do that because you really don't want to have an accidental 3 merge, and you don't need your little book over here telling you about every 3 merge. You just want, it will tell you 3 merge here, but you can do that if you want to, but the book out here is not going to tell you that's happening, see? So you don't want notifications all the time. So if you've got more than 2 like this, they won't merge. I'll try to make them merge, but they're not going to merge, see, because I've got the 5 merge only for eggs switched on. So I hope somehow, Sophie, this helps clear things up for you how to bubble items. So if you've got any questions, I'm going to pin this up on Facebook so you'll be able to find it again anyway. So if you've got any questions, let me know. Plenty of gamers here to answer them all. So cheers, Sophie, and thanks for the question. I hope this helps. Bye.